Hi, in this video again I'm going to showcase just one set of stamps. You may have seen these cards on my blog recently, or if you follow me on Twitter. And both these cards were made with the Layered Letters alphabet stamp set and just one set of inks. So today I thought I'd show you. This is the Layered Letters stamp set. So I'm going to use this. I've used the markers from the Brights collection. So just with one set of inks and a set of stamps, you can make all different designs. So the colours that I'm going to use today, or the colour I'm going to use today, I should say, is Tempting Turquoise. I'm going to stamp my letters in black Memento Tuxedo black ink. I'm just using a piece of white card, piece of white paper for the insert, and that's about it for now, I think. And I'm just going to do a slightly different design today. So just to start you off, all as I've done, I've taken a piece of A4 white card, cut it down the middle along the long side, scored it and folded it. You could use it this way or this way. I'm going to use it horizontal today. I've done exactly the same with a piece of white paper, only this time I've cut 1/8 of an inch off one long side and 1/8 of an inch off this open side. This is going to act as my insert for inside the card, and I probably will decorate the envelope the same, but for now I'm just going to show you the card and the insert. So from this set you've got this block section here, and this is what I'm going to use today for the background. So I've already put it onto a block, and I'm going to ink it up with my Tempting Turquoise. Now, if you didn't see the video I did recently on using these markers, they have a fine tip at one end and a fat tip at the other, a brush tip. And you can tell by the line on them. There's a thin line here and a fatter line here. So I'm going to use the fat end, and I'm just going to, holding the pen on its side, not upright because you don't want to flatten the nib, I'm just going to apply the ink all over this block section. Just make sure it's all nice and covered. Now, the card I'm using today has actually got a texture on it, so this may not come out as clear as if you were using plain paper or plain card. So I'm going to stamp roughly in the middle and hold it down to let the ink transfer. And then I'm going to lift it up, and without re-inking I'm going to stamp another one directly next to it. So I get like a second generation stamp, or stamping off, some people call this, where you stamp off first and then stamp to get a lighter colour. So that's that. I'm going to do the same again. Going to stamp next to that lighter one. They don't have to be all uniform and they don't have to be all level. It's entirely up to you. If you want them to be level and uniform, then you may want to draw a faint pencil line or something on your card. And then I'm just going to do a second generation on this side to give me the lighter, because I want them to alternate in colours, which I'll show you in a minute. So I've got dark light, dark light. I need another and one final one. Okay, so I'll just put the lid back on that. I'll show you what we've got so far. So you can see we've got 6 squares alternating in colours. So now what I'm going to do, I've got the letters out ready just to save some time. So these are all the letters from the stamp set. They've got a raised side and a flat side. The flat side is the side that sticks to your block. So I'm going to put these face down so the flat sides are up, if that makes sense. And I'm going to position them on each of the blocks, hopefully in the right spelling. Then I'm going to get my block, in fact I'll clean that. I've got my Stampin' Scrub under the counter here, so. And then I'm just going to position the block over all the letters so I can pick them up. If you don't have a block that's long enough, just do so many letters at a time. Or if you've only got a small block, like I did on this one, I actually just stamped each letter. I just used a small block and I took the hashtag off, then I put the H on and stamped that and just worked my way along the card. So now they should all be positioned nicely. I'm going to ink them up with my black ink, and as usual I've got it all over my fingers before I even start. I'm not so sure if my black pad needs re-inking, but we'll see how we go. As I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. I may just go along it. Okay, so I'm going to bring the card back in and then hopefully line these up now over these blocks. Press and hold to transfer the ink. And that hasn't worked, so I'm just going to go over the letters again. Okay, so that didn't come out too clean, so I've taken the H and I'm going to put it on a different block and just try and make sure I get enough ink on here to overstamp it again, and see how we go with a smaller block. That's better. And I'm going to do the same with the N. So I'm going to take the N, in fact I'll clean this so I don't get ink all over my hands. Take the N off there, put it on this block and re-ink it up. I don't think this block is actually narrower than the letters. You can see the letters are overhanging, and maybe I wasn't getting the right amount of pressure. But you know, these things happen and this is how we try and rectify them. So we'll try this. I'm not so sure if this one's inked up enough now, but we'll see. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's get the lid on that before I stick my fingers in it. So that's how it's looking now. Then while I've got a small block, just going to put this back on here and do a bit of stamping on the insert just to try and tie it all in a little bit. So I'm going to stamp and then stamp again. Oh, wrong end. And then I'll just stamp again there, just to try and tie everything together. So that will be my insert. Okay, I've got some thick baker's twine. Just going to wrap some round the edge of this card. Just going to take a little piece of Scotch tape just to hold this in place inside. Wrap it round a couple of times. Another little piece of tape to secure that. This is going to be hidden by the insert in a few minutes. Just going to tie this in a little bow. Snip the ends. Apply some glue to the insert. Pop it inside, turn it over, burnish it down. So that's how we're looking so far. So that's the card. When you open it, the insert all matches. And then I think just for a little bit of decoration, I'll add a few rhinestones. Okay, so I've got a few little pearls here I'm going to put on now. And I'm just going to scatter them around, I think. Not going to put many, just a few. I think it doesn't need a lot. Maybe another small one. These coloured ones are not Stampin' Up, these are Paper Mania, but Stampin' Up do the clear ones, which I've got here, and the pearls as well, which equally would be as nice. So if I just move all my rubbish out of the way for now. That's the finished card. So a little bit of baker's twine, bit of stamping, just using 2 colours, a few pearls and a bit of plain white paper, and you've got a lovely card. So there's that one. Just to show you this other one, this circle background is from the same set of stamps. All as I've done here, I've used the itty bitty flower punch with this one and punched a couple of flowers and put some clear rhinestones in the middle. And this one again is using the same Brights collection of ink, few rhinestones, the stamp set again, excuse me, the stamp set again, and then I cut a UR on the scan and cut. And these have all got inserts. That's gorgeous grunge inside there and the same inside there. But you can see how with just, you know, maybe one basic set of inks and a set of stamps, the variation that you can make and personalise, and obviously scrapbooking, endless possibilities. So I hope you found that helpful. Please like, share and subscribe. If you do wish to purchase any of the products that you've seen me use here, they are all available in my online Stampin' Up shop. The link will be at the beginning of this video, and it's also in the description box directly under the video. If you can't see the description box, click on the box that says show more, and there'll be a link there as well taking you directly to my shop. I can sell to anybody that lives in the UK, France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. So I hope you found that helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.